Hey guys, it's me. You haven't seen a video from me in a little bit. I've been going crazy this week. I've made a lot of videos, don't get me wrong. I've just been really leaning on my health a lot this past couple of days, and I haven't had a lot of content for this particular blog. So I wanted to shoot a video to kind of talk to you about what's going on with my entrepreneurial life and how everything's going over here, and really just drop a bunch of love on this industry, a bunch of love on the projects that I'm working on, and a bunch of love on business in general in this, and a love on you guys, the guys that visit my blog and come and leave me comments and share my stuff. I just absolutely adore you guys. Okay, so basically I wrote a post last night, in the middle of the night, a long story post on Facebook, and so I figured I'd make it into a blog because not everyone over here that reads my blog visits me on Facebook or goes to my business page on Facebook. So I want to spread the love all the way out. So just want to give you a little bit of a story. About a year ago, the company that I was affiliated with started having some really major issues. We had been promoting in a way that attracted a lot of the wrong people, and they started getting a lot of complaints and so forth, and the platform was being held on Infusionsoft, and because it was an MLM compensation plan with pass-ups and whatnot, Infusionsoft doesn't do MLMs, they only do affiliate programs, so our pay got shut down. We just got shut down, and things kind of got really wonky there, and things were wonky for a while. And it put me in a really bad place because I was really in love with what I was learning in that company. Mark Hoverson is amazing, and he still actually runs something similar to it, but it's taken itself up a notch. It's a big high-class organization right now, and I'm really excited for them. However, for me in my business, I had to start looking elsewhere. I had to start kind of, looking for something, and so I spent about 6 months just, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, doing basically just affiliate sales off of JVZoo. I've met some really great people that way too. Absolutely love some of the products that I sold, and in one guy in particular, Alex Jeffries, phenomenal guy, phenomenal products, phenomenal. To be an affiliate of his is just awesome. He pays 100%, so he's like super great. However, I was still kind of lost. I'm not quite at the product development stage, and I was searching for mentors and participated in a couple of communities to see where I fit in, and I kept finding myself, people kept asking me, if I was to do this, what would I do? I get asked that question a lot. What I found myself saying, and you may have heard it before, was that if I was to join an MLM, I would join Empower Network yesterday. And so I finally woke up to it, and what happened is that I started to look at my business in a different light, and I started understanding that my business inside of this network marketing space is Tara Incorporated. You may have seen the blog post, How to Structure Your Home-Based Business. Once I started to look at it that way, I didn't start looking at my associations the way I did before. Before, it was a very emotional decision. Now, when I associate myself with something, it's more of a calculated decision based on the idea that it's a project that I want to work on, that I want to pour my heart into and really get involved with. So I went back to Empower Network, and I am so freaking happy I did that, because over the next 6 months after that, I started to grow tremendously in my mindset, and my business skills, and just everything in general. There's nothing like being part of a community of human beings that believe in freedom quite the way they do over at Empower Network. So I'm very honored to be part of that community as well. And because our fearless leader, well, I don't know if he's fearless, but he's freaking awesome, David Wood, has such an open mind, and he's not a typical MLM. He doesn't, penalize people for working on other projects inside their business, because he understands it the way that I just said it to you. I actually was looking for a way to serve my people better, people that came to me for advice, and find a way that I could generate some income inside of my business while I was working on my projects like Empower Network, and came to the realization that I needed to also revisit MLSP. There's a lot of coming home that has gone on in this past year. Okay, so there's a lot of coming home for me. I was in MLSP years ago for about a split second, 30 days. I think I ran my 30 days out as hard as I could, and I was out of there because I had no one in my target market that would have been able to even consider working on their business professionally. Okay, so it wasn't something that I could replicate at all. Not with the people I was in contact with. I was in contact with with amateurs. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, them or that, because everybody goes through stages, right? We've all been there. I have too. That's why when I say something like that, it's because I know, because I did it myself. When I pick on somebody for spamming or anything like that, or any of those crazy things that we've all done, it's because I have done it myself. So I decided to create, a whole nother project in my business called, an MLSP, using a front-end funded proposal and organizing my business in such a way that, man, it's so much easier. I have, I pretty much have everything under one roof. You know what I'm saying? I've got it all under one roof. It's one subscription I've got to pay for many of the things that all of us need to have in our business. And I have a library that goes back to 2008, full of incredible evergreen education that has been changing my life. Now, as a result of that, my business took a humongous turnaround. A humongous turnaround when it comes to what was happening fiscally in my business. A humongous turnaround. I've actually, for the first time since I quit my job over 3 years ago, have I beat the income I was making at that job that I hated so much. And I wasn't making a lot of money then, and I wasn't making a lot of money. I'm not making a lot of money now. However, I do know that I'm on my way, and it's a really wonderful thing to know that now my front-end funded proposal is actually paying for the projects that I want to work on inside of Tara Incorporated. And some of my bills too. So, that's a nice thing. I've got debt, I've got personal debt out there, that people that believe in me, that have lent me money, that I need to pay back, that I just have never been in the position to up until this point, so I'm starting to get back. I got my student loans I've got to pay back. I'm starting to get all that stuff going again, and I'm really excited about that. So I come to a place where, with all the stress that I've been through over the years, with, the problems with money and all that fun stuff, I found myself, basically living behind this computer like you see me right now, and not really getting much else done, finding myself completely exhausted by a 1-hour grocery trip with my family. It was totally like coming home just out of my mind pissed off and out of my mind mad, and just really finding myself in a really tough position with that. And I knew I needed to do something about my health, because guess what? I can create all the wealth that I think I need inside of my business, and it is not worth a damn thing if I'm not healthy enough to enjoy it. What if I wanted to go on a cruise? Do you have any idea? Have you ever been on a cruise? For a sedentary, overweight female, a cruise is a freaking week-long exercise. So I know, because I've been on one. I wasn't nearly this big either, and not nearly this unhealthy. So, well, it wasn't that I wasn't this unhealthy. I mean, I smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes a day and drank a 12-pack of beer a day at the time. I don't know, I got around more, I guess, because I worked at that job, so I was on my feet more. So what I decided to do was I had some choices I had to make for myself. Did I need help? Did I need to be honest with myself and say, do I need more help than just pretending that I'm going to be disciplined enough? Because I have a lot of discipline in so many other areas, but this one thing is one thing that's a problem. So I decided to add to the projects, at the same time add to the health of my life. And so now I have 2 main projects inside of my business, and that is the one that I want to talk to you about today is that I joined Isagenix. I joined Isagenix, number 1, because I needed help, and I needed more than what I could do on my own. Number 2, because I'm not going to have to argue with anybody that's interested in finding solid nutritional products about ingredients. That's a big deal if you know me from the old days. I know it works. I've seen success story after success story. People I've known, have tremendous success with it. And another thing, there's no spam going on. It's almost like even the ladies and gentlemen that I don't think really know what the heck they're doing inside of Isagenix still don't do it in a bad way. They still do it very classy. It's a very beautiful thing like that. So I appreciate that. Another thing is that, of course, it was my opportunity to finally partner with my mentor, Lisa Torres, directly. And so that made a lot of sense for me. My daughter, actually, she sat me down and she said, you need to do this. I mean, If Lisa knew, she probably won't watch this video, so I can tell you, when I looked at Empower Network to come back again, I had 3 people in mind to be my sponsor, and she was one. When it came to MLSP, she was the one I was looking at, and my girl Keisha came to me, and the way she came to me was exactly how I needed to become too. She came to me exactly the way that my personal ego needed to have it. And since then, wow, am I so happy that she did. So working closer with Lisa, being like inside of her tribe, inside of the MLSP tribe, I was like, oh snap. Wow, she's even better than I thought. And I've been on her list for years, probably, I don't know. I probably signed up for her list 3 years ago and unsubscribed and went back on her list about a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I partnered with Lisa and Elise Williams and Melanie Militex inside of Isagenix. So now I'm really happy. So I want to thank all of you for everything that you do, for every comment you leave on my blog, for every share that you give me. All of that. I have not been missing. I've just been kind of working in the background. I'm working on developing a total kind of a total health blog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to separate it too much because I am in Isagenix as a business person as well. I'm not just there for the health of it. I'm there for all of it because that's me. And Isagenix is awesome. So I'm trying to figure out how to exactly figure out that particular niche for that blog. I know that my Isagenix stuff can't come over to this blog fully. This blog is mindset and marketing training. Over there, I think I'm going to mix a little mindset and body set, reset kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on that. And I need to get that straight in my head so I don't do a lot of changes after I launch that new blog. So with that being said, I want to thank you so much. If you're interested in learning how to get leads, learning from the best of the best in this industry, and you're ready to create some income inside of your business before people even are exposed to your primaries, and especially with the people that say no to your primaries, if you want to be able to have 16 lead generators that are created by 6- and 7-figure earners that you're going to be able to leverage to build your own list, you need to talk to me about MLSP. If you're like me and you find yourself behind that computer just too much and you're ready to become the total entrepreneur you are meant to be and that you're working for, there's no reason why you can't start now. You need to talk to me about Isagenix. Okay? And if you're here and you're not in Empower Network, you need to ask somebody. I mean, you need to get in touch with me about that because that's a super powerful platform. Some of the most amazing people in the industry are in Empower Network, and you will certainly learn a lot right here. So I just want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'm going to go. It's 13 minutes, and if I kept you this long, I'm so excited. I'll see you all on the other side. Peace.